So life throws a lot at us, doesn't it? I mean,
Mhm.
whether it's a missed deadline or, something deeper, setbacks are just, well, they're part of being human.
They really are
That's
impossible to avoid.
right. But what if you could face those moments differently? Not with all that self-criticism, but with um, a compassionate system, one that helps you learn, grow, and build real resilience.
That's exactly what the GRACE framework aims to do.
Exactly. So today we're doing a deep dive into grace. Our mission here is really to unpack its simplicity, but also its power, especially if this is the first time you're hearing about it.
And what's really remarkable, I think, is how it works as this holistic response system. It
Yeah.
manages to balance, emotion, logic, and actually building habits.
Mm.
Its main goal really is to turn down the volume on that inner critic while boosting resilience and self-awareness.
Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty then.
Yeah.
The 5 principles that actually spell out grace. This is the core, right? How it guides you through a challenge.
Exactly. They're sequential, each step building on the last. So first up is G, gentleness.
Gentleness. Okay.
Yeah. This is all about treating yourself with compassion, especially when you mess up or face a setback. It means actually pausing, figuring out what you're feeling.
Like naming the emotion.
Yes, naming it, and then acknowledging it with kindness, telling yourself it's okay to feel anxious or frustrated or whatever it is.
That sounds almost counterintuitive sometimes. Our first reaction is often just to blame ourselves.
It really is.
Yeah.
But Grace says, hold on, be kind first. That disarms the critic and makes space for real processing.
Okay, so you start with kindness. Once you've kind of grounded yourself there, how do you start making sense of what happened?
Well, that leads straight into our reflection. This step is about actively looking for the good or, the key insights from the situation.
Asking things like, what can I learn here?
Precisely. Or what good could possibly come from this? It helps you reframe things, shift from feeling like a victim to feeling like you have some agency.
Right, understanding the lesson. But admitting our own part, that could be tough without falling into shame. How
Yeah.
does Grace handle that?
Ugh, that's A, accountability. And this is crucial. It's about owning your specific role, your choices, your assumptions, maybe habits that contributed, but without blame or shame.
So clarity, not condemnation.
Exactly that, understanding your piece of the puzzle, your leverage point.
And once you have that clarity, that understanding of your role, it kind of empowers you to act, doesn't it?
It does. Which brings us neatly to C, correction. This is where you figure out root cause solutions. You design a specific strategy to stop it happening again.
Like changing a boundary, maybe? Or learning a new skill.
Yes. Or altering a system, changing a routine, something concrete and actionable.
Okay, and the final step, the one that makes the change stick.
That's E, embedding. This is all about creating small, repeatable habits that lock in the growth you made during correction.
Ah, the habit loop idea.
Kind of. A key part is linking the new habit to an existing trigger. So after I did this thing I already do, I will do the new small action for just 2 minutes. Makes it almost automatic over time.
So you can really see how it flows. Gentleness for the emotion, reflection for insight, accountability for ownership, correction for action, and embedding for making it last. It's that holistic system you mentioned.
Absolutely. It's not just a quick fix. And when you apply it consistently, you see real improvements in emotional resilience, how you regulate feelings.
Fewer repeated mistakes, I bet.
Definitely. Which leads to lower stress, more self-trust, and honestly better relationships too. You build this reliable internal guide.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting for me.
Mm.
Let's make it concrete. You mentioned an example, Aid, a college student dealing with procrastination.
Right, aid. Classic problem. Missing deadlines because he kept getting sucked into social media.
Been there. So how did he use grace?
Step by step. First, gentleness. He acknowledged the shame he felt about procrastinating instead of just feeling bad about feeling bad.
Okay.
Then reflection. He realized, maybe for the first time clearly, that he actually works best in the mornings, not trying to pull late-nighters.
Important insight.
Huge. Then accountability. He owned up to the specific habit checking Instagram before even opening his books.
Trigger for the procrastination.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
So his correction was practical. Using browser blockers during study times and setting timers, like the Pomodoro technique.
Smart.
And embedding.
He created a solid morning routine. First thing after waking up, a 25-minute study sprint. Non-negotiable.
Wow. And the result?
He started finishing assignments early, built real confidence in his ability to study, felt way less overwhelmed. It worked.
That's a great example. And you mentioned there are tools to help people apply this themselves.
Yeah, definitely. Things like a Grace journal template can really help structure your thinking with prompts for each step, like, gee, what am I feeling right now? How can I be kind to myself about this?
Like training wheels for the process.
Sort of. And there are digital apps too, like Loop Habit Tracker, great for that embedding stage. Plus, don't underestimate just sharing your practice weekly with a friend or a coach. That accountability helps.
Okay, so this framework sounds really powerful, but I can imagine someone new thinking, is this just another way to push for perfection? Am I supposed to grace my way into never making mistakes?
That's a really common question and a fair one, but the answer is a clear no.
No.
Absolutely not. The framework itself is explicit. Grace is not about perfection. It's about persistent, compassionate progress. Setbacks will happen. They're inevitable.
So it's more about the recovery.
Exactly. It's about using the framework to consistently learn and grow through them. The focus is on those small, repeatable habits for reinforcement, not reaching some impossible ideal of being flawless.
That's really reassuring. So the GRACE framework offers this gentle but really powerful path for personal development, turning tough moments into actual transformation by rooting ourselves in compassion, learning, and action.
And that regular practice, that's what builds the self-trust. It really can turn setbacks into, well, systems for success in your own life.
So, thinking about that, here's something for you, the listener, to consider. What single small habit could you choose to embed today to begin your own Gracie's journey, turning a past setback into your next confident step forward?